up for this mailing list. Please remove me from all future updates. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna throw your baby in my trash. And now everyone has video cameras on their phones and everything, so you get videos of the babies. Every single video I've gotten is exactly the same, though. Kid shows up on the screen. End of clip. That's the amazing footage they needed to share with everyone. And Brian's first steps. Look, I walk all the time. I'm not impressed. I'm gonna start sending my own clips back. Look at this shit. Brian has nothing on this. He has no swagger in his step. He almost fell down after 3 steps. Meanwhile, I'm running advanced shit. I can high step. I can run if I want to. I can even tiptoe behind Brian, push him on the ground, and then step on him with my next step. So, that's how advanced my shit is. Some of these people aren't ready to have kids either. You know, you ever have friends like that? They're about to have kids. You're like, what? No! They're dumb. Why? I got a friend who got married recently. He's kind of a goofball. I asked him, I said, hey, you're not gonna have kids, are you? He was like, maybe next year. I was like, dude, you still have a chain wallet. You can't have a chain wallet and a kid at the same time. If your wallet is causing you so much problem, you have to chain it to your person, you're not ready to bring life into the world. If you go to like pay for the baby with a chain wallet, they should be like, oh, no, we gotta put this one back. Whoop! I'm not ready for that kind of responsibility. Someone came up to me with a baby like, hey, you gotta look after this baby. I'd be like, sorry, I got my own things going on right now. I don't have time to look after this little brown baby. In this scenario, I'm assuming it's a little Indian baby. If it was a white baby, I'd be like, get that away from me, it's disgusting. White babies are gross, man, I'm sorry. They're like regular babies that aren't ripe yet. I'm 30 years old. That's a totally reasonable age to have a kid, but to me, it's still terrifying, you know? They had that show 16 and Pregnant. There could be a show called 25 and Pregnant. I'm like, oh no, those poor kids. They have their own lives ahead of them. It's a shame things turned out that way. What happened? Me and my husband decided to start a family. Irresponsible decisions. That show is the most depressing television show I've ever seen. Because, you know, any other reality show where there's like a big fat guy or something at the end of the episode, he's eating right, he's exercising, you're like, all right, things are going to get better, yeah. Things are going to get better. Good job, TV show, things are going to get better. 16 and Pregnant ends, you're like, whoa, that's never getting better. The only good thing that happened this week was the guy almost got a job at Arby's. And the girl won a fist fight with her mom. This is brutal. And they don't do anything nice with the kids at the end of the show. There's no money. There's no new house. Come on, do something for those kids. Like, maybe at the end of each episode, Exhibit could show up. And the kids would be like, oh my God, Exhibit, are you here to pimp our rides? And he'd be like, no, I'm gonna raise your baby as my own. You're free to go back to being teenagers. And they'd be like, thank you, Exhibit, thank you so much for our lives. Then Exhibit would take the baby and put it on a bus with all the other babies he's collected. And then you do a second show about Exhibit trying to raise 30 babies by himself. I do find the 16 and Pregnant show kind of mean-spirited, you know, because you got a camera crew there like, all right, you don't have any money, no one's helping you raise your children, all hope is lost, and cut. Good luck with everything, we gotta go. Let's go! Sorry, there's this other 16-year-old girl that lives down the street that had all the advantages in life. She's about to have an amazing birthday party. We gotta film that for her second show called Super Sweet 16. It's a shame you guys can't switch places for a week, because her shit is sweet. Oh, I hate the girls on Super Sweet 16. Whenever I watch that show, I'm like, ugh, can someone impregnate this girl and ruin her life, please? What an awful person. That'd actually be a better show. If they just did horrible stuff to that girl for a week. Meet Amanda. She's 16 and horrible. So we cut the brakes in her car. We put a bunch of holes in her condoms. Let's see what happens this week. Do those girls not watch the other show? Do they not realize how fortunate they are? They're sitting there complaining about the dumbest stuff. Just like, but it's not the right car. It's not the car I wanted. They just moved into a car in the other show. 3 people are living in an 89 Honda Civic Coupe. There's more people than doors. But the lights aren't right. Their kid isn't right. Their kid has a tooth coming out of his nose, and they can't pay for a dentist to put the tooth in his mouth. The kid's gonna have to brush his nose for the rest of his life. But the balloons aren't the right color. Their kid isn't the right color. They had the wrong father. That's how crazy shit's getting over there. There's some perspective. Didn't you guys have kids? Run around, clap if you got kids somewhere. Wow. Aren't you scared your kid's getting kidnapped right now? I mean, it's like 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. Where is your kid? Seriously, where's the kid? Who's watching the kid? Some dumb 15-year-old that lives down the street? That's probably just giving a hand job to some other 15-year-old idiot. Seriously, get out of here. Go. Leave. Leave. Go. You're sitting there, your kid's in handcuffs. Probably not. Maybe, but probably not. Look, I'm just saying, I would be worried constantly if I had a kid. I think about how much my mom let me run around when I was a kid, 10 years old, running around by myself, going to the mall, to the video arcade, to the toy store. Crazy. I should have been getting molested all the time. Like, I don't know how it never happened. Not even once. Not even once. Keep in mind, I was the cutest kid of all time. Like, take the most adorable little brown puppy you can imagine, turn that into a person. That was me as a kid. I mean, who would be trying to fuck that? Just an unbelievable level of cuteness. My theory is that I was so cute as a kid that it intimidated child molesters. Like, for child molesters, I was kind of like the hot girl at the bar. They're like, oh my God, Aziz is here, Aziz is here, Aziz is here. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Confidence. Kids like confidence. Let's do this. Hi, Aziz. Hi. That's a cool, that's a great. All right, well, I'll see you later. Ah, you're so stupid. Didn't even say anything. Who am I kidding anyway? This is Aziz we're talking about. He can fuck any grown man he wants. You know what's weird? Is I can tell you guys feel sad for the child molester in that joke. I can see it in your faces. You're saying, oh, he's not going to get to fuck little Aziz. He seems so nice. You know what's strange? At some point in your life, you actually got to sit down and make sure you weren't molested, because it can be buried. That's the thing. So at some point, you actually got to sit down and think really hard. It's like, no, I wasn't. My childhood was cool. I was mostly just playing with trucks. Because it can be buried. If my stuff is buried, I want it to stay buried. I don't want to wake up when I'm 43 and be like, oh shit, I fucked my t-ball coach. Totally forgot about that. Buried. You read these news stories, man. There's some sick people out there. You read these news stories, some sick people. You read news stories like, oh, the soccer coach was molesting the kids for years. For years? Well, why do the kids keep going back to the same soccer camp? The only reason I asked that is because I quit soccer. Because another kid pushed me down on the ground. If I was forced to perform oral sex, I definitely would have been done. That would have been it for soccer. There's no way I would have went back. That would have been a firm deal breaker. Guitar lessons would have started next Tuesday. So, well, is my mom going to get mad at me? Hey, Aziz, you got to go to soccer practice. I'm not going. Really, young man? Why aren't you going to soccer practice? The coach is making all the kids suck his dick. Is that enough reason for me not to go? Is that enough reason? Oh, am I grounded now? No video games. I'll take that over an old man jizzing on my belly, thank you very much. So send me to my fucking room. I'll be there, not sucking some old man's dick. Knock on my door when those cupcakes are ready. You know what's crazy is there must be kids that talk like that now. You know what I mean? Because kids aren't innocent anymore. They know everything. In your head, you imagine a kid being like, something bad happened. Kids are like, a cock was in my mouth, Mom. Thanks for signing me up for golf. It really got me out of the house. It also got a penis near my face. So thanks. If there's anyone here from the paper, feel free to quote that bit in your article. It's a scary time to be a kid, man. I just saw this documentary about bullying, and I know you hear that in the first thought. It's like, oh, really? Kids getting bullied in school? That's what we're making a big deal about now? That's kind of what I thought going in. Then I saw the documentary. First scene, kid sitting on a bus. He looks at this other kid. He goes, hey, how's it going? Kid goes, I hate you. I'm going to murder you and cut your face off. And then put it on my face. And then look in the mirror and make fun of myself. That's how much I hate you. So I saw that and I thought, all right, yep, this is a problem. Wow, that was terrifying. God damn, that's not bullying and teasing. That's some demented shit to say to another person. Bullying and teasing is nonsense I did when I was a kid. Hey, you're fat. Hey, you're brown. Shut up, you bozo. Get out of here, you ding-dong. That's fine. Do that all day. No one's going to get hurt. I would have never went up to some fat kid and been like, I hate you. I'm going to murder you and cut your fat off. Then use it to make a fat suit. And then dress up as a fat housekeeper a la Mrs. Doubtfire. And then I'm going to start working for your family. Now, that was a psycho zone everyone agreed not to go into. And it's so hard to see this documentary because nothing happens to the bully kids. They're beating the crap out of the kids, saying this awful stuff. Nothing happens. That wouldn't fly in the adult world. That wouldn't be tolerated in any workplace or anything like that. Like, that wouldn't fly at IKEA. Like, if you worked at IKEA and you went up to some other employee like, I'm going to murder you, fucking dork. They'd be like, all right, Phil, you can't sell lamps anymore. Get out. You're done. Get out. But look at him. He's a nerd. You're a psychopath. Get your meatball severance package and leave. I felt so bad for of the kids, man. They would try to tell the teachers. Teachers wouldn't do anything. Kid goes up to the teacher once and he's like, he said he's going to cut my arms off and glue them to my butt so I look like a minotaur. Teacher's just like, well, maybe you won't do it. See you later. Do something, man. I remember one time when I was a kid and someone actually physically hit me when I was growing up in South Carolina, and I'll never forget what happened. Kid hits me. I go tell the teacher right away. Teacher goes up to the kid immediately and just goes, if you touch him again, I will end you. And that was it. Bullying done. No one's ever followed me again in my life. She scared everyone on earth. Because that's how the bullying should be handled. Because that kid was like, all right, well, I don't want to be ended, whatever the fuck that means. I'll leave him alone. Having a kid, it's a crazy gamble, man. No one ever talks about it in terms of it being a gamble, but it is. Think about what position in life you're in when you decide to have a kid. Usually a very safe position, you know. You're married, you found a mate, that's huge. You usually have a job and a home, that's very difficult to lock down. It's like you finally put together this very large, complicated puzzle. And then you're just like, fuck this puzzle, let's have a kid. And then the kid just shits all over the puzzle. The puzzle is ruined. You're never putting it back together again. It's destroyed. And now you have this kid. And here's the gamble, here's the scary part. You can do everything right, you can read all the books, and you could still have a total piece of shit kid. You could have the worst kid, you could have one of the bully kids. That could be your kid, you don't know. You could have a total piece of shit. Teacher's like, your son? Yeah, I know, he's shitty, okay? I hang out with him all the time, he's the worst. What do you want me to do, huh? I have to feed and shelter him or I get thrown in jail for some reason. Ooh, I'm sorry, he's ruining your mornings. Guess who hangs out with him on afternoons and weekends? Me. So how about a little sympathy for me? Well, sir, have you thought about... No, there's nothing to think about. There's nothing to do, okay? It's not his diet. He doesn't have too much gluten. He's just shitty, okay? Some people are nice. Some people are shitty. My kid is shitty, all right? I've accepted it, all right? I made a mistake, okay? I gave up my best years raising this monster. I could have started a band. I'll play bass. But no, I didn't do that. Instead, I have this thing. Ooh, something that looks like me and my wife put together. Great. Eat your vegetables. Can I throw a baseball at your face and you catch it half the time? Fuck me! Now, I'm not saying I don't like kids. I like kids. I have fun hanging out with my friends' kids and joking around with them, whatever. They're great. But I do feel like when I talk to my friends that recently had kids, it does seem like they had to give up everything for the kid. And that's very scary. If you want to have a depressing conversation, talk to a couple that just had a kid. Ask them about the last night they went out for themselves. They will describe the most boring, typical, mundane evening out with the same enthusiasm a normal person would describe a three-way sexual experience. I'll show you what I mean. Over here, guy describing a three-way sexual experience. Over here, a couple just had a kid. So we go back to my house. I got these two really hot girls. So we go to the mall. I got 2 tickets to Rango. I know what you're thinking, Aziz, shouldn't you update that to a more recent film? No, these people go to movies that are old as shit. They've been trying to see Rango for a couple of years now. Next thing you know, they're taking their clothes off. Next thing you know, we're eating nachos. Skin is everywhere. Cheese is everywhere. Cheese is everywhere. These girls were freaks. into freaky things such as cheese. Let me get a sense of you guys as an audience. Clap if you're married right now. Clap if you're married. You guys here in the front, how long did you guys know each other before you got married? 5 years? That's always an interesting figure to me, how long people knew each other before they got married, you know? Clap if you knew your person 5 years or less. Okay? Clap if it was 3 years or less. All right? Clap if it was 2 years or less. We're all laughing because you'll probably get divorced. That was a crazy idea. Why'd you do that? You didn't need to do that. You could have just kept dating or what? Why? Why? What happened? Did you lose a bet or something? What? Look, of course, I could be totally wrong. You guys could be soulmates. I don't know. But to me, 2 years doesn't seem like enough time to get to know someone, to know you want to spend the rest of your life with them. 2 years? 2 years? I've had sweaters for 2 years. I've been like, what the fuck was I doing with this sweater? So stupid looking. I can't believe I thought about keeping that sweater for the rest of my life. That's a sweater. Another thing people do that scares me, they'll marry their high school sweetheart. That's strange to me, to meet someone when they're like 16 years old and just go, all right, I'm done. Well, I don't think I'm going to run into anyone interesting in my 20s or 30s. I'm just going to lock this shit down now. For no reason at all. Think about all the dumb things you believed when you were that age. Think about all the stupid decisions you made. Imagine being stuck with any of those decisions for the rest of your life. Even just little things. It's like, all right, well, I guess I got this Bob Marley poster over my bed for the rest of my life. It's cool, though, because they took a bunch of little photos of Bob Marley and they put it together to make it look like a big photo of Bob Marley. It's a mosaic! I just don't think you have any idea what your adult life is going to be like when you're 16 years old. You realize how awful my life would be if it turned out the way I thought I was going to when I was 16 years old? You know what my big plan was? I was going to go to college and major in business and biology. That was the plan. First, I hit you with the business. You think it's all done. Then I come back, hit you with the biology. What was I gonna do with this stupid double major? Sell organs on the black market very efficiently? I have friends from college, they're starting to get married. Went to one of the weddings, I asked the groom, I said, hey, why did you decide to get married? He goes, well, I don't know, we've been dating a few years now. Wow, that's a terrible way to answer that question. Especially with that tone and cadence. I don't know. That's not the appropriate tone and cadence to answer that question. That's the appropriate tone and cadence if someone's like, hey, why'd you buy a Fiji water? I don't know. Bottle look kind of cool. Perfect. That's a fantastic moment to use that tone and cadence. So well done. That's also not a reason to get married, you know? We've been dating a few years now. I've been eating at the same taco stand for a few years now. I'm not going to commit to that taco stand for the rest of my life. Everything's fine with my current relationship with the taco stand. Now, if the taco stand wanted to move into my apartment with me, I might be up for that. Because then I'd have delicious tacos whenever I wanted, but the economics of taco stands wouldn't allow such a thing. I know what you're thinking, wow, Aziz just compared women to tacos. He must not think that highly of women. No, I just think that highly of tacos. One thing I love about marriage, though, is the proposal. I think that is so sweet. Here's this moment where you know you're going to change the life of yourself and this person you love forever. And you can plan it out, and you make it the most beautiful, amazing, perfect moment. You don't get to do that with most big moments in your life. But with a proposal, you can. So, sir, 5-year guy, what did you do to make it the most beautiful, amazing, perfect, special moment ever? Set the scene, okay? What city are we in? We're in Philadelphia. Don't feel like traveling too far? Let's just do this shit in Philly. Okay. So we're in Philadelphia. Where are we at in Philadelphia? At a 5-star restaurant. Don't worry, not a 3-star, a 5-star. I like how you dropped that. You couldn't wait to say 5-star. You're like, 5-star restaurant. We're at a 5-star restaurant. Okay. And so you're at the 5-star restaurant, and, you know, it's dinner, I imagine. It was lunch! Oh, shit! I should have assumed! This is the shit you leave out. 5-star, maybe the lunch prefix won't be a bad deal. I mean, it's the same food. They serve the dinner menu at lunch, guys. So, lunch at the 5-star restaurant. I mean, at this point, you gotta wonder, lunch at a 5-star restaurant, dinner at a 4-star restaurant. Well, I feel like lunch loses a star. There's no 5-star lunch restaurants. There's 4-star lunch restaurants that operate as 5-star dinner restaurants. Okay. We're at lunch, 5-star restaurant. And what period of the meal do you decide to ask? Because that's very difficult, you know? You can't ask, like, you know, before you order, because it's like, all right, what? He asked before you ordered? What the hell? Isn't that kind of a scary idea? What do you want to have, the most awkward lunch of all time? No? You want to spit some jalapeno poppers? So you ask before you even order. Wow. And then, Miss, what happened? Did you immediately say yes? What was the situation? You didn't say anything? Well, that's even like more morbid than saying no. You want to marry me? All these people are looking at me, bitch, say something. You didn't say anything? Were you thinking about it? Were you taken aback? What happened? You wanted to eat? You wanted to eat, and were you down on one knee? You were down on one knee, and you're just waiting, and what's going on through your head? The breadsticks were coming out. Hold up, what 5-star restaurant drops breadsticks on the table? Sir, I'm going to ask you something, and I need you to be very honest with me right now. This restaurant, when it comes to their breadstick policy, does the word unlimited come to mind? even know what is happening. I have done this in every city on my tour. This is the most bizarre shit ever. Did you see this coming at all? Did you know this was coming? Come on now, come on. It's lunchtime. The waiter has dropped the breadsticks. We've all read this book. We know how the story goes. Now, I've talked to people all over the country about their proposal stories. And you know what I learned? I learned that ultimately, it doesn't matter what you do for your proposal. Some people go and do this big grand gesture. Some people do simple, sweet things. Ultimately, what's really beautiful is that you found someone to say yes to this totally insane thing you just asked them. It's the most insane thing you could ever ask another person to do. It really is. It doesn't seem as insane as it is because we're all familiar with marriage as an institution. But imagine if marriage didn't exist and you're a guy and you ask a woman to get married. Imagine what that conversation would be like. You'd be like, hey, so, you know, we've been hanging out together all the time, spending a lot of time together and everything. Yeah, I know. I want to keep doing that till you're dead. What? I want to keep hanging out with you till one of us dies. Put this ring on your finger so people know we have an arrangement. Who's that guy? It's a priest. I want you to swear to God you won't back out of this deal. What's he wheeling in? It's a cake with two tiny dolls that look like us. Eat a slice. Now feed a little bit to me. This is really strange. Why are we doing this? Tax purposes. That's pretty much what you're asking. This is another thing that baffles me about people being opposed to gay marriage. You know, here these people are, they found someone to say yes to this totally insane thing. And then some other person is going to be like, no, it's weird. I just think it's weird. It's pretty much the only argument at this point, really. I don't see how you can really be opposed to gay marriage at this point. Like, you know you're on the losing side. There's no way it's not going to go through. There's no way. All the demographics that are really opposed to gay marriage, they're all going to be dead soon. Like, whenever they ask young people are like, what? What are you talking about? All music is free right now. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, two dudes are kissing? I'm about to watch every movie ever right now. They don't care at all. But seriously, how do you not know you're on the losing team at this point? These are the same people that were opposed to, like, women voting or black dudes playing baseball. What was the last thing they were opposed to? Interracial relationships? If you're opposed to interracial relationships, guess what? I'm fucking white girls. There's nothing you can do about it. Anytime I have sex with a white girl, I think about those people for a few pumps, and it's such a great feeling. Just like, it's just not right. Well, it's in there, so I don't know what you're gonna do about it. Seriously, all of you here, next time you have sex with someone of a different race, think about those people for a minute. You really should do this. It's very important. It's your duty as an American. And I promise you, nothing feels better than orgasming while thinking about all the progress we've made in civil rights in this country. I still can't believe it's an issue. It just baffles my mind. That whole Chick-fil-A situation, that was quite a conundrum for me. Because, you know, obviously I'm very pro-gay marriage, but I'm also very pro-delicious chicken sandwich. So, what do you do? I stopped eating Chick-fil-A. I'm never going to eat Chick-fil-A. I don't eat it anymore. That is the saddest thing you could ever applaud. You are so brave, Aziz! How you find the strength to resist those delicious chicken sandwiches, we will never know. But you are a man of principle, and we applaud you. I mean, I still eat the nuggets all the time, so it's not that hard. No, I don't eat the nuggets. I don't eat the nuggets. I don't. But that was a strange situation, right? I was so jealous of homophobic people. Man, what a delicious way to support your hateful cause. I don't have opportunities like that in my life. I wish I did. I wish the places that made food that I found so delicious also took political stands I could get behind. Like, my favorite place to get a cheeseburger is Shake Shack. I love Shake Shack. So delicious. You realize how excited I'd be if I went to Shake Shack one day and they're like, hey, just so you know, part of our profits now go towards fucking over people that work at United Airlines customer service. What? Yes. How are you doing this? Well, anytime you buy a burger, part of the money goes towards paying people on Craigslist to shit in their cars. That's fantastic. Can I get 75 cheeseburgers, please? I do want to get married at some point, I think. I'm not sure when. I was in India recently, and my grandma asked me, she goes, Aziz, when are you going to get married? I was like, ooh, I don't know if he'll be around. She's old! That was a fun trip. I spent a lot of time with a cousin of mine that lives there. He's around my age. And it was really fascinating to me, the dichotomy of our two lives. Like, my life is totally different because I was born and raised in America, and he was born and raised in this poor part of India, where my family is originally from. My family is originally from the poor part of India. They're not from the part of India study abroad programs are based. They're from like the South Carolina of India. It's pretty rough. For real. Like, the way you take a shower there, it's not the way you take a shower here. The way you have to take a shower at their house is you fill a bucket with hot water, and you take a smaller bucket and you pour the water on. That's to conserve hot water. And it's a little strange because, you know, I jerk off in the shower on occasion. If you're showering with the bucket method, you can't jerk off in the shower. That silence is way too terrifying. Even people that jerk off in the shower here, no one turns the shower off and goes in the corner like, no, that's some serial killer shit. Also, sorry, that noise I made, that's not the noise it makes when a dude jerks off. If some guy comes up to you and he starts jerking off and it goes, look out. That's a robot from the future that's been sent back in time to jizz in your face. But the thing about being there in India was, I didn't feel like jerking off all the time, because there's way less sexuality there. Women are dressed more conservatively. There's not like sexy posters and magazine covers everywhere. It's a way different vibe. I came back to New York after that trip and I was like, I want to fuck everything! There's there's just so much sex in your face constantly. And I never realized how desensitized I was, you know? I see the most graphic sexual imagery and it goes through my head like it's nothing. I saw an ad for a gym in New York. This is a real ad for a gym, okay? It's an ad for Equinox Gym. This guy is laying down on a couch. His clothes are coming off. Shirts coming off, pants are coming off. There's a woman straddling him. Her clothes are coming off. And it's just so sexual. Like, it honestly looks like this woman was sucking this dude's dick, and someone was like, hey, and she's like, huh? And they took a photo. That's how sexual it was. And I'm just sitting there looking at this like, how did this become an ad for a gym? This does not, this would not fly in India. They'd be like, this has nothing to do with gyms. Please take this down. This is a bit ludicrous. So how did it become an ad? I'm not sure. At some point, they must have had a meeting. They were like, all right, well, we need a new winter campaign. We need some ideas, Bruce, what do you got? Here's what I'm thinking. We have a gentleman on an exercise bike. He's riding the bike, and it says, ride your way to a better you. Bruce, I like that. I like the tagline. I like the imagery. That's very nice. I like that a lot. Does anybody else have anything they want to pitch? David, what do you got? I just got a photo of two people fucking, and underneath it, I wrote Equinox. David, that's fantastic. Let's put those up all over town. Bruce, pack your shit up and get out of here. You're done. So, my cousin is there in India. Totally different life, way more conservative lifestyle. I don't think he's dating or anything like that. He'll probably have an arranged marriage. A lot of people in India still have arranged marriages. My dad had an arranged marriage. It was to my mom. That's how they arranged it. And it's interesting. Whenever I tell people that, they're always like, oh my God, is everything okay? Do they hate each other? And they only ask that because it's an arranged marriage. Those questions are totally valid for any marriage. Those people are married. Oh my God, is everything okay? Do you hate each other? See? Still makes sense. I read a little bit about arranged marriage. I read some research and stuff they'd done. Very interesting. I found a study they did where they took couples that had arranged marriages and they took couples that had non-arranged marriages, and they measured their happiness levels. In the first 3 to 5 years, non-arranged couples were happier. But when I looked at it 25, 30 years down the line, the arranged couples were happier. So, who knows? I don't know. My parents are just as happy as any old white people I've ever run into, but I don't think I could do an arranged marriage. I talked to my dad about his experience, and, he was like, well, I met your mom, and a week later we got married. And I was like, whoa, how long did you talk to her for? He's like, 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Like an episode of How I Met Your Mother, 30 minutes? That's how you met my mother? 30 minutes isn't a lot of time, man. Think about all the crazy things you learn about people, weeks, months, years into a relationship. I feel like I would get an arranged marriage and 3 weeks in be like, what? You don't watch Game of Thrones? I knew I should have signed up for this shit. We should have discussed DVR preferences. What did you erase all my shows for? Celebrity Ghost Stories. That's a real show, by the way. They asked me to be on Celebrity Ghost Stories, but I said no, because I haven't seen any ghosts. I like ghosts, though. Whenever you hear about ghosts, it's always the same kind of stories, you know? Ghost was wearing old-timey clothes. Ghost was turning my lights on and off. Ghost was turning my faucets on and off. Ghost, I'm trying to sleep. It's like, all right, take it easy. These people died hundreds of years ago. They've never seen running water before. They're blown away. They're just sitting there. Where's the well? How's the water getting here? Other ghosts, come in here. Look at this. Now it's dark. Now it's not. Now it's dark. Now it's not. Now it's not. They're not going, ooh. They're going, ooh. Modern advances. see a ghost at some point. Because if I see one, it'd be very interesting. Because I live in a modern building, a newer building. So if I saw a ghost, it would be like a modern ghost, you know? I would just wake up in the middle of the night. There'd be a dude in the corner texting. Boo. Those will be the best ghosts. Those will be the best ghost stories. You come home one day, you turn on your TV, you look on your Netflix. What? Mad Men Season 5, previously viewed. I never watched. They're on Season 5. Those will be the best ghosts. You wake up in the middle of the night, some ghost standing over your bed. What's your Wi-Fi password? That was a long tangent on ghosts. But I guess ultimately, what scares me about marriage is, where do you find this person? Where do you find this person? You know, a lot of times, most successful relationships, people meet through work, school, mutual friends. But what's most interesting to me is when people just meet in life, just randomly. You know, I have a friend, he got married. I asked him, I was like, hey, where'd you meet your wife? And he was like, I was leaving Bed Bath & Beyond. I was looking for my car. I drive a gray Prius. I saw a different gray Prius. I thought it was mine. I walked up to it. I realized I had the wrong car, but I bumped into Carol. We started talking. That was that. That's unbelievable. Think about all the random factors that had to come together to make this one moment possible. This one moment that changed these two people's entire lives. First off, this guy has to live in this particular town. Then he has to get a gray Prius. Then he has to need to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Then he has to go to that particular Bed Bath & Beyond. Then there has to be another guy that also lives in town, also has a gray Prius, that also needs to go to Bed Bath & Beyond, that also goes to that particular Bed Bath & Beyond at around the same time. Then they have to both park somewhat near each other. My friend has to leave before the other guy leaves, see the wrong Prius, think it's his, walk up to it. Then the woman, Carol, needs to be near the wrong gray Prius for a million other random reasons. They bump into each other. They start talking. Their entire lives are changed. That's the most amazing and terrifying thing about life. It is, because the amazing thing is, at any moment, any one of us could have that moment that totally changed our lives. You could be leaving the show tonight, bump into someone, it could change your life. You don't know, that could happen. The terrifying thing is, what if we're all supposed to be at Bed Bath & Beyond right now? Doesn't that scare you? I'm so scared of that. What if you're missing your moment? What if you're not supposed to be here? What if I'm not supposed to be here? My friend's entire life changed because he went to Bed Bath & Beyond one afternoon. The most casual of decisions had the most tremendous of consequences. Why did he go to Bed Bath & Beyond that afternoon? Well, his roommate had clogged the toilet, and he needed to get some Drano. A few weeks later, he's falling in love with this woman. It's amazing. It's all because some other dude ate some bad Chinese food one day. And then years later, it gets crazier. Those two people have a kid. They come together and do the most incredible thing two human beings can do. They bring a new life into the universe. It's all because some other dude took a really huge shit one day. That's the most amazing story you'll ever hear in your life. No, don't look at me like that. That's the most amazing story. Who's ever taken a huge shit and thought, I just brought life into the world? So that's the question. Where do you meet this person? I think it's very hard to meet someone you really connect with, that you really feel a deep connection with. I think that's hard. I don't think those people just come around all the time. I think it's a very special thing. And I think it's very hard to find, especially nowadays. I mean, yes, there's great people around, but man, there is so much riffraff out there right now. The percentage of riffraff has never been higher. It's very high. I don't know. Maybe I'm romanticizing the past, but you think about like older generations, you know, people in the 20s, 60s, whatever. You just imagine a different vibe. You know, imagine men wearing nice suits, women are dressed all nice, everyone speaking properly. Just a classier vibe. Like, if those generations could be a font, there would be Times New Roman. I look at my generation, we're fucking Comic Sans. You can't take us seriously, we're Comic Sans. People that are single and out there, you know what I'm talking about. You go out with people sometimes and you're just like, what? You're a person? Hold up, you're a person? How? You're so dumb. How do you pay rent? How do you have a job? How are you paying taxes? How is the world not crumbling around your idiocy? You meet people so dumb, you get scared for their safety. You're like, shit, I better walk this person home. They might just walk onto the street and get hit by a bus. They can't even have a conversation. They're just texting and Instagramming photos of salt shakers. Like, what happened to people? You meet people so bad sometimes, they're not even Comic Sans. They're straight up wingdings. That's how scary it is. So what do? We learn to adapt. We have new things now. You have things like online dating. 1 in 5 relationships is formed online now. That's a true statistic. I have a friend, he met his wife on one of those sites, and I asked him, I was like, so, what'd you search? Because that's weirdly romantic. He types in this phrase, all these algorithms and things come together, this woman's face comes up, he clicks it, that becomes the woman he spends the rest of his life with. So I asked him, what'd you search? And he goes, Jewish and my zip code. What? That's all you were looking for? Just something Jewish close by? You don't have to drive too far? Proximity was a big factor here. Jewish and my zip. I found a Wendy's that way a few weeks ago. I typed Wendy's and my zip code, then I got some nuggets. He got a wife the exact same way. Some people still don't want to do online dating. Feel like there's a stigma to it. You know, that's strange though. You ask those same people, hey, you ever meet people in bars? So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Don't you see online dating is the same thing? It's just a different interface. In a bar, you walk around, you see people's faces. Online, you see those same faces, they're on a web page. The difference is, online dating is like going into a bar and having superpowers. You know what I mean? Online dating is like being able to walk into a bar and just go, all right, let's just eliminate all the other dudes. Let's eliminate any women that are already in relationships. You can do crazy things like that. You can't do that in the real world. In the real world, you can't walk into a bar and go, Jewish and my zip code. You can't do that. The other interesting thing is different sites mean different things, you know? Match.com, looking for a relationship, something a little more serious. Okay, Cupid, I'm trying to fuck something tonight. eHarmony, I'm gonna die soon, I don't want to die alone. How do we do this? I just got a computer 2 weeks ago. Let's go! The craziest thing I've heard with online dating is I have a friend who's gay. And I asked him, I said, hey, you ever do online dating? And he's like, yeah, I use Grindr. And I said, what is that? It's an iPhone app. He turns it on. All these dudes' faces start popping up. I'm like, whoa. Who are these guys? And he goes, oh, Grindr uses my GPS to find the closest Grindr users next to me. Different circles by their face mean what they're up for. So this guy has a green circle. That means he's ready to go. And he's 10 feet away. over, I was like, holy shit, there he is. It was the same guy. That's the most unbelievable technology. Straight people are so pathetic. Can I take you out for a drink sometime, or maybe we can get dinner or something? I don't know. Gay dudes are like, I want to get my dick sucked, and there he is, done. It's a strange impression of a dude getting his dick sucked. I mean, I've never sucked anyone's dick before, but if I was sucking someone's dick and I looked up and they're just like, I'd be like, hey man, you want to be a little more appreciative? I'm sucking your dick, for God's sakes. I did a show one night and this woman came up to me afterwards and she goes, Aziz, why don't they make Grindr for straight people? And I think they tried, but it failed miserably. Because I don't think any woman wants to turn on her phone and be like, all right, there's a guy 15 feet away from me that wants to have sex with me. Okay, there's a guy 8 feet away. There's a guy 5 feet away, 3 feet away, 2 feet away. Okay, every guy around me wants to fuck me. Well, now I don't feel safe in the world, so I'm going to delete this. I think that might be the most incredible technology that's come out in my lifetime. For real, I don't even know how you'd explain that concept to someone a few generations ago. You show them an iPhone, they're like, okay. It was like a mobile telephone device, you use it to call other people with similar devices, have telephone conversations. To be honest, that part doesn't work that well. But if you're interested in putting your penis inside another man, I can tell you for certain, that dude is down. I see why people are turning to online dating, though. You know, because if you don't do online dating, what are your other options to meet people outside your existing social circles? Your big options are bars and nightclubs. Are you really gonna meet someone you like at a bar? At a bar, I have friends that go out with girls that meet at bars and like, the girl wasn't that great. Yeah, of course she wasn't that great. You met her at a bar on a Tuesday at 1:30 in the morning. That's when riffraff is hanging out. You know what girl you're gonna meet at that hour is this. Woo! Is that noise as a person. That noise tells you everything you need to know about a certain type of girl, because nothing nice, positive, or intelligent has ever come after that noise. It's always stuff like, woo! Let's drink the rest of the tequila out of that dumpster! Woo! Give me in orbits. I just blew a guy in the change room at Target, and I forgot to get orbits, which is why I went there in the first place! I'm really attracted to that guy with the backwards baseball hat and the button-down shirt that's yelling and being aggressive for no apparent reason. Those guys are the male counterparts to the woo girls. Now, I don't dislike anyone based on race, ethnicity, religion, sexuality, anything of that nature, right? But if you're a white dude in a bar with a backwards baseball hat and a button-down shirt, there's a pretty good chance I fucking hate you. You know who I'm talking about. They're not always dressed that way. And of course, I've met gentlemen dressed that way that are nice, thoughtful people. But I'm talking more about a state of mind, an attitude. I'm talking about the guys when you leave a crowded bar. They'll say something like, yo, bro, you were pushing on me. You were pushing on me. I had a drink in my hand, could have spilled all over my shirt, need to watch where you're going. If you watch where you're going, we won't have a problem. You were pushing on me. You were pushing on me. I had a drink in my hand, could have spilled all over my shirt, and you watch where you're going. If you watch where you're going, we don't have a problem. You were pushing on me. You were pushing on me. I had a drink in my hand, could have spilled all over my shirt, and you watch where you're going. If you watch where you're going, we won't have a problem. You were pushing on me. I want to sit all these guys down hotel one day and just go, no one's pushing on you, okay? This is a crowded place, there's limited room, and people are trying to leave, all right? It's an accident. No one's ever left a crowded bar like, excuse me, sorry. Did you see it? Did you see it? I was pushing on him. He had a drink in his hand. He could have spilled all the shirt. Wasn't watching where I was going. No problem. I was pushing on him. He had a drink in his hand. He could have spilled all the shirt. Wasn't watching where I was going. No one's ever done that in the history of human interactions. But then that guy wants to fight me now. Really? You gotta fight me over this? We're gonna fight now? Really? This is the big battle you've been training for with all the weights and protein shakes? This to beat up me? Me, a guy that's built the same size as a starting forward for a JV girls basketball team. Don't you have some Asian symbol tattooed on your arm you can look at that'll calm you down for a few minutes? Respect thyself and environment. Sorry about that, I forgot for a minute. Again, you never see those guys say anything nice, positive, or intelligent. You never see them at a bar slamming shot down. All right! Let's be really quiet and respect everyone else's space. You never see them slam a shot down. All right! Back to molecular biology lab. Immunology. Let's go fucking find a cure for lupus, bro! You never see them slam a shot down. All right! Those girls are really hammered. Let's make sure they get home safe. No. I feel bad making broad generalizations about men and women like that, but I'm pretty confident. To me, it's one of those things, it's like saying black dudes are blown away by magic tricks. Stereotypes are fucked up, but that one's on point. If anyone has footage of a black dude seeing a magic trick and not being blown away, show it to me. I'll never say that again. But until I see that footage, that's my favorite racial stereotype ever. That's the best one. Nothing comes close. Oh, what do you got? Jewish people are really cheap. No. When a black dude sees a magic trick, his mind explodes. Asian people open up dry cleaning places a lot. No. When a black dude sees a magic trick for a few moments, he thinks it's real, like there's a sorcerer on Earth. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what happens, all right? They see the magic trick, and then this. They gotta walk away a minimum of 30 feet, because everything they know about reality has just been destroyed. They have to reassess existence from the ground up. But what always happens? They always turn around. That's amazing! That's amazing! That's amazing! That's amazing! That's a beautiful way to treat things in life that you don't understand. You realize how much better the world would be if we all just treated each other the same way black dudes treat magicians? I'm serious. What if homophobic people saw gay people and be like, it's so gross, I don't understand this lifestyle, why do you need to get married, blah, 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 blah. Oh wait, this doesn't affect my life at all, and any love and joy in the world is a beautiful thing. It's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. That'd be a better way for them to conduct themselves. It's a real phenomenon. If you don't believe me, this weekend, go out to some fancy nightclub. Look around, see if you can find an African-American bouncer, walk up. He'd be like, sorry, we're at capacity. They'd be like, really? What if I give you the money? He'd be like, oh, we don't do that here. And he'd be like, oh yeah? What about this quarter behind your ear? He'd be like, oh shit, I didn't know you were a wizard. Go on in, come on in, come on in. Please don't turn me into a bird. Please don't turn me into a bird. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. I just need to see an ID. What do you mean, check my back pocket? Whoa! That's amazing! That's amazing! That's amazing! ragging on those kind of jock like frat meathead guys, but if you want to be honest, I really feel like all guys of this generation is kind of a sad state of affairs. Like, gentlemen are gone. We just have dudes. I get so bummed out when I talk to my friends that are like single females. When you talk to them about what they're looking for, it's such a sad conversation. They're just like, you know, just someone nice and clean. That's pretty much all they're looking for. The bar is so low right now. Like, if you're a nice dude and you're clean, like you brush, shower, use deodorant every day, you're in the top 1%. You can pretty much fuck anybody, I promise. Just be nice and clean. Women will take notice. Don't try to act cool. Just be nice and clean. Women will notice. They'll be like, what? 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 You just held the door open for me and you're wearing pants? Come on, let's go. Let's go! I haven't seen a dude in not cargo shorts in 3 years. Nice and clean. What? 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 Did you just lift that heavy box and help me load it into my car? Can you lift your penis and load it into my vagina? Because I thought courtesy was dead. Nice and clean. What? 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 You just texted me and it wasn't a photo of your dick? Come on, let's go. This guy just texted me words. Wow. There's no sadder sign of the times than that, huh? Men are out there texting women photos of their penis all the time. You want to see something amazing? Watch this. Clap if you're a woman in the audience. Okay? Now clap if a dude has sent you a dick photo before. Was there even any difference in the applause? There were just like two people who were like, well, I don't have a cell phone, so I guess I haven't gotten one, but many have been emailed to me, yes, but that is so crazy. How did such a bizarre thing become so commonplace? That's unbelievable. 30 years ago, if I went up to some woman and I was like, hi, I recently took some photos of my penis. And I just got them developed, and some of the shots look fantastic. Could I maybe get your mailing address, send you a few copies? I'd get thrown in jail the next day, and the headline would read, Polaroid dick bandit busted. It's a strange thing. Miss, you sitting here in the front, you said a guy sent you a dick photo. Now tell us about this. Now, first off, this doesn't reflect badly on her. Some dude fucked her phone without her permission. Now, who was this guy? Was this a guy you were dating? Was it a guy you just met? What was the situation?
I'd rather not.
You don't want to talk about it? I mean, it's not a big deal. All right, miss, you sitting here right next to her. A guy sent you a dick photo, right? Tell us about this. Now, was this a guy you were dating? Was it a guy you just met? What was the situation?
Which time?
Let's say the most recent time. She's like, Aziz, you don't understand my life. I have an archive. Let's say the last time it happened. Was this a guy you were dating? Was it a guy you just met? Dating. And how long into the relationship before it's like, I'm going to do something romantic today?
About
A month in. And when he sent the photo, did he say anything with the photo, or was it just a photo?
Just the photo.
Just a photo. That's what I thought. Folks, this is another thing I've learned in my research. Approximately 88.9% of all dick photos have no message. Just a photo. Such a strange display of male arrogance. It's like, what am I gonna do? Speaks for herself. So stupid! First off, everyone knows what your dick looks like, right? And no one's surprised. All dicks look the same. They're just dumb and boring looking. No one's ever got a dick photo and been like, wow, it's so beautiful. I've never seen one like this. Everyone come in here, look at this glorious penis I just got sent. Ah, it sparkles. No. They all look the same. Yes, there's some variations in size here and there, but generally everyone knows what your dick looks like. Unless it's not circumcised, in which case it's terrifying. Keep it to yourself. So, yes, this guy sends you a dick photo, no message. And did you write anything back? Or did you just say, like, I'm not going to say anything? What was the situation? Because that's a tough situation, right? Like, if you don't write anything back, it's hard for him to, like, change the conversation. You can't send a dick photo and be like, you want to go to a 5-star restaurant later, maybe? That's a tough predicament. Last question I want to ask you. The photo you got, was the gentleman erect in the photo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, right? You can't send one where it's like, can you help me? That's not a strong move at all. I'm gonna do the rest of the show like this. No other comedians in the special from this squatting position. I'll stand back up. I've never sent anyone a dick photo, but I wanted to do an experiment to see what it would be like to actually send someone a dick photo and see what kind of reaction you would really get. So I did an experiment. I had a friend. She didn't have my cell phone number. I got her cell phone number from another friend, and I decided to send her a dick photo. So I downloaded a white dick off the internet, ran it through a bunch of Instagram hipster-batic type filters, made it look like a really hip dick. And then I sent it to her, and this is what happened. So, first off, I just sent kind of like a generic hello type text. And I was like, hey, good meeting you the other night, Libby. What are you up to? And then I sent her the dick photo, and underneath it I wrote, boom! An hour goes by, no response. Now, I want to keep the conversation going, but I don't want to seem too eager. So I just send her a text that just says, question mark. She writes back, who is this? I said, we made out at the club a while back. You said I should give you a buzz sometime. Well, buzz. 20 minutes go by, no response. I write, I feel like you don't like me. Don't be mean. By the way, did you get my earlier text? Dick photo again. Boom! She writes back, I don't respond to people I don't know sending me pictures of their dick. I said, that's too bad. I thought you were special. 20 minutes go by. I still do. She writes, stop texting me. Delete me off your phone. Never contact me again. And I said, that's cold. I'm going to store you in my phone as liquid nitrogen. Because that's how cold you are. An hour goes by. If you were inside a barrel and someone dipped a banana inside you and they dropped the banana on the ground, the banana would shatter. 'Cause that's how cold you were. Another hour goes by. If you were inside a truck and the truck flipped over and you spilled all over the T-1000 from Terminator 2, he would harden. 'Cause that's how cold you are. She writes, I know what liquid nitrogen does. Stop texting me. And then I realized I only had one last text to send her, so I sent her a photo of a soft penis, and I wrote, this is what my heart feels like right now. What is today? Today's what, Wednesday? Yeah? Anybody got any big plans for the weekend? Anybody going to the club over the weekend? Clubs are crazy places, man. That's a crazy place to try to meet someone at a club. People that go to clubs know it's bad, though, right? No one goes to a club like, all right, it smells like vomit. I can't hear anything, and the worst people in the world are here. Let's do this. No, they know it's bad. But when you look in a club, people are having a great time. They're having the best time. You know why? It's because the music they play in nightclubs tricks people into thinking they're having a good time. There's this new kind of song that's come out that kind of brainwashes people into thinking they're having a great time. Think about it. What kind of song's playing anytime you walk into a club now? It's always something like, this is the best night of your life. This is the best night of your life. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. You're drinking with your friends and casual acquaintances. Keep drinking, keep drinking. It'll help you have a better time. It'll help you have a better time. Vodka, tequila, those are some options. Keep drinking, keep drinking. It'll help you lower your standards. It'll help you lower your standards. I know this night is the same as many recent nights, but this one is very different because it's the best night of your life. And if it's not one of those songs, it's one of these songs where the rapper or the singer is engaging in these very luxurious activities. And simply by virtue of listening to the song, you are now somehow also partaking in these activities with them. Like, it'll be one of these songs like, popping bottles in the club, you've got bottles in the club, yeah, yeah, bottles in the club, you've got bottles in the club, yeah, yeah, bottles in the club, you've got bottles in the club, now the club is in the bottle, now you're drinking the club through the bottle, which is strange, but you're drinking in the club, yeah, you're drinking in the club, now the club is now a jet, now the club is now a jet, you were drinking on a jet. You were drinking on a jet. You were drinking on a jet, 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 jet. Dudes in the club like, oh shit, I'm on a jet right now? Where are we flying to? I got work tomorrow. Who's paying for the jet? Don't put it on my tab. No, we can't split the jet. I didn't even have any of the jets. They should make a song that's like a reality check for all these people, you know? Maybe a song's like, why'd you buy these bottles? The markup is insane. You can't afford this lifestyle. You'll never see a jet. Why'd you buy these bottles? These girls flirting with you don't really like you. They're paid by the club to do that, to make you buy more bottles. I guarantee you they will never sleep with you at all. They're never gonna sleep with you at all. You're better off going home and finding a nice girl that is Jewish in your zip code. Philadelphia, thank you so much. you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, wow, wow. I can't tell you what a treat it is for me to get to travel around the country and perform in lovely theaters like this. It's my favorite thing I get to do in my career. And I thank you for that. I have found no matter what I do in my career, though, my dad is never impressed. Like, he'll call me up. He'll be like, what are you doing this summer? I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this big theater tour, do a part in this movie. It's like, what part are you doing in the movie? Are you starring in the movie? I'm like, no, just one of the smaller parts. He's like, why aren't you starring in the movie? I'm like, you're a gastroenterologist. You put cameras in people's butts. Why don't you go star in a movie? I saw your last movie. It was shit, literally. This is true. One time, I sent him this video clip. I performed at this event that President Obama spoke at. And I spoke, and then the president spoke. And when the president spoke, he mentioned me in his speech. He gave me a shout out. He was like, Aziz Ansari, want to thank you for what he said earlier. Also want to let him know, Aziz, I got more Twitter followers than you do, man. And I was like, whoa, the president just burned me. That's pretty cool. Send the clip to my dad. He writes me back, why don't you have more Twitter followers than the president? I got to meet the president at that show. That's pretty crazy. Never think you're going to get to meet the president. And I was so nervous. You know, I was downstairs. It was just me and the Roots. The Roots had performed on this event as well. And he's coming down. Yeah, they're fantastic. From Philadelphia, right? And, you know, so he's coming down. I'm very nervous, you know, because there's like Secret Service guys around. A POTUS will be down in 2 minutes. A POTUS will be down in 2 minutes. POTUS down in 2 minutes. And I'm expecting something very brief, quick, and formal. You know, just like, thank you for your time, photo. Thank you for your time, photo. Thank you for your time, photo. That's what I'm expecting, all right? This is what happens instead. I'm not exaggerating. He comes down. Oh, snap, it's the Roots! What's going on? You guys are like my house band. You're at every event. And I'm just sitting there like, what? That's how he talks? And he's just running around, chopping it up with all the Roots guys, being very charming and cool. And he goes up to one of the Roots guys who has like a flower lapel in his jacket, something kind of like this. And he's like, what is this? You a magician? You can pull a rabbit out of there? Look at this fool. Which, by the way, further backs up my black dude magician theories, because I have not seen the rabbit out of the flower trick. So he says hi to them, and he comes over to me, and we start talking. He's very nice, super charming, exactly how you'd hope for him to be. And it's time for us to take a photo. And I'm there with a friend of mine, and she has a purse. And he's like, let's get a good photo together, three of us. Let's get a good photo. Put your purse down. Don't worry your purse. Your purse will be fine. We got good security back here. And that's when I realized this dude acts the exact same way I would act if I was the president. Just running around, talking shit, cracking jokes. What's up? How much money are you raise tonight? $5 million? Fuck it, let's go to the club, let's celebrate. Turn that into a campaign event. $20,000 a head, I'm DJing. DJ POTUS, let's go. Chicka chicka bam, bam, ba-dam, bam, ba-dam, ba-dam, ba-dam. These are my favorite gigs I get to do as a comedian, man. A lot of times you're a comic, you get asked to do these weird things that make no sense. Like, I got asked to go to this charity event once. There's this charity called Make It Right. They rebuild homes in the lower Ninth Ward in New Orleans. Very cool cause. And they're like, Aziz, could you help us out? And I was like, sure, what do you need? And they're like, could you host our after party? And I was like, what does that mean? They're like, could you introduce Seal? And I was like, the singer guy? Like, I'm just gonna go up there and say some stuff and then Seal's gonna pop up? Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I love New Orleans. This sounds cool. Let's do it. So I'm there in New Orleans. I'm backstage with Seal. Seal has no idea who I am. I'm not on Seal's radar, sonar, nothing. And it's time for me to do his intro. And this is what I do. I go on stage, I go, ladies and gentlemen, our next performer, he's actually running a little bit late, so we wanted to know if maybe I could sing one of his hit songs for him in order to kill some time. So I guess there's nothing left to say, but what's that? Seal's here? Sorry, I can't hear you. There used to be a grain tower alone on the sea. What's that? Seal's ready to go? I feel like at this point, maybe I should just finish my version. You became the light on the dark side of me. And I did that shit for way too long, and finally, I bring Seal up. Seal doesn't even say anything to me. He just puts his arm around my shoulder and goes, because I get it, you know? Seal doesn't know I'm a comedian. He just thinks I'm some crazy brown guy that's seizing the moment so I can impress Seal and sign to Walrus Records and start my R&B career as the Brown Penguin. The event went well. I did get to meet Seal. Very nice, very smooth. Everything he said is so smooth, you know? I was standing in an elevator with this girl. He looks over and he goes, my only regret is that I do not have a photograph to capture this moment forever. And I was just like, oh my God. Seal, I want to fuck you. That was beautiful. No one ever speaks to me like that. And then I realized Seal's lyrics are not lyrics. That's how he talks all the time. Seal's at the optometrist. The optometrist is like, Seal, what's wrong with your eyes? He's like, did you know that when it snows, my eyes become wide and the light that you shine can be seen? Seal, what the hell are you talking about? The weather should not be affecting your vision that way, Seal. We need to run some tests. Sheila, get a bunch of snow here. Let's see if Seal's eyes start getting wide. You're at a dinner party with Seal. Seal, how's the chicken? I compare it to a kiss from the rose on the gray. Ooh, the more I eat of it, the tastier it is, yeah. Now that the chicken is through, the rice joins my food on